Black played. King e7. Pause the video to figure out white's next move. Queen g7 check. King d6. Queen f8 check. King c6. On g7. Queen d7 check. King h4. Rook b8. On promotes to queen at g8. White intends to play. Queen f6 check. King b5. Queen b3 check, and seize the initiative. Rook takes f8 was chosen by black. Queen takes f8. Queen d2. White has a decisive advantage. Let's go to the next game. White just played. King f1. Pause the video to analyze black's next move. On d2. Rook c7. Knight e3 check. King f2. Knight c2. Black wants to play. King c1. Rook d7. On promotes to queen at d1. Rook takes d1 check. King takes d1, and take decisive advantage. Rook d7 move preferred by white. Knight takes a3. Rook a7. King c1. Black is planning to play. Knight c2. Rook takes a4. On promotes to queen at d1, and dominate the board. Rook takes a4 move preferred by white. On promotes to queen at d1. Black intends to play, queen takes a4, and gain a significant edge. Rook takes a3. Black has a decisive advantage. Let's go to the next game. Black made a move. King g7. Pause the video and try to find white's next move. Queen e5 check. King g8. Black is planning to play. Queen takes g6. Rook takes h1. Queen takes c2 check, and increase their advantage significantly. Knight takes f8 played by white. Rook takes f8. Queen takes e6 check. Queen f7. Black considers playing, queen takes e6, and increase their advantage significantly. Rook takes f7 move preferred by white. Rook takes f7. Queen e8 check. King g7. King takes h1. On takes d4. White is clearly ahead. Let's go to the next game. Black made a move. Queen takes g4. Pause the video and try to predict white's next move. Bishop takes f6. Bishop takes f6. Queen e8. Bishop g7. Queen g6 check. King g8. Knight e7 check. King f8. Queen e6. Bishop takes b2. Knight g6 check. King g7. On f6 check. King takes g6. Queen takes g4. Bishop takes f6. Black is struggling to keep up. Let's go to the next game. Black just played. Queen takes e5. Pause the video and try to find white's next move. Queen g8 check. King e7. Queen takes h7 check. King takes e6. Rook g1. Queen c3. Rook g6 check. King e5. Queen g7 check. King e4. Rook g4 check. King d3. Rook g3 check. King c2. Rook takes c3 check. Rook takes c3. Black is on the verge of defeat. Let's go to the next game. White played. Queen takes f7. Pause the video to spot black's next move. Rook g1 check. King e2. Queen e5 check. King d2. Bishop a3. Rook takes g1. Bishop takes b2. Rook d1. Bishop takes d4. Rook f3. Bishop c5 check. Bishop d3. Queen takes h2 check. Rook f2. Queen takes f2 check. Queen takes f2. Bishop takes f2. King e2. Black is clearly ahead. Let's go to the next game. White made a move. King d3. Pause the video to figure out black's next move. On g4. King c3. On takes f3. King d3. On e4 check. King e3. King e6. King d2. King f5. Black considers playing. King g4. King e3. King h3. On a4. King g2 and take decisive advantage. King e1 move preferred by white. On e3. On h3. King e4. On g4. On takes g4. On takes g4. King f4. Black intends to play king takes g4 and take decisive advantage. On g5 move preferred by white. White is preparing to play. On g6. King e5. On g7. On a5. On promotes to queen at g8 and increase their advantage significantly. King takes g5 move preferred by black. King d1. Black is dominating the board. Let's go to the next game. White made a move. On f4. Pause the video to analyze black's next move. Queen h4 check. On g3. Rook takes g3. On takes g3. Queen takes g3 check. King e2. Queen f2 check. King d3. On d5. Black might go for bishop a6. Rook takes h7. Bishop takes c4 mate and dominate the board. On takes d5 move preferred by white. Bishop a6 check. On c4. White considers playing pawn takes e6 and dominate the board. Pawn takes d5 was chosen by black. Queen a4 check. King f8. Queen b4 check. King g8. Rook g1 check. Queen takes g1. King c2. Black is clearly ahead. Let's go to the next game. White made a move. On f3. Pause the video to spot black's next move. White is setting up to play pawn takes g4 and take decisive advantage. Rook g2 was chosen by black. Rook d2. Queen takes c3. Queen d4. Rook e2 check. King d1. Rook takes d2 check. Queen takes d2. Queen a1 check. Queen c1. Rook d8 check. Bishop d3. White's idea is to play queen takes a1 and take decisive advantage. Queen takes f6 was chosen by black. King e2. Bishop takes d3 check. On takes d3. Rook d5. On a4. On c5. King f2. Rook takes d3. Queen takes c5 check. King g8. Black considers playing. Queen takes f3 check. King g1. Rook d1 check. King h2. Rook takes h1 mate and seized the initiative. Queen h5 played by white. King h7. Black is setting up to play. Queen f4. Rook e1. Rook d5. Queen g4. Queen h2 check and gain a significant edge. King g2 was chosen by white. Rook d8. Black is preparing to play. Rook g8 check. Queen g5. Rook takes g5 check and gain a significant edge. Rook h2 played by white. Rook d5. Black might go for rook takes h5 and seize the initiative. Queen g4 move preferred by white. Rook d4. Black wants to play rook takes g4 check and gain a significant edge. Queen g3 played by white. Queen f5. Black is aiming to play. Rook d2 check. King h1. Queen b1 check. Queen g1. Rook d1. Rook g2. Rook takes g1 check and establish a winning position. Queen e1 played by white. Rook takes a4. Queen e2. White is struggling to keep up. Let's go to the next game. White made a move. On h5, pause the video and try to predict black's next move. On a3. Rook a6. Rook a1 check. King d2. On a2. Black wants to play. Rook h1. Rook takes a2. Rook h2 check and gain a significant edge. King c2 was chosen by white. King takes g3. Rook a4. King f3. Black wants to play. King e3. King b3. Rook h1. Rook takes a2. Rook takes h5. King c3. King takes f4. Rook e2. King f3 and increase their advantage significantly. King b3 move preferred by white. Rook h1. Black's idea is to play. Pawn promotes to queen at a1 and take decisive advantage. King takes a2 move preferred by white. Rook takes h5. King b2. Rook h4. King c2. Rook takes f4. Rook a5. King f2. King d3. Rook f3 check. King d4. King g3. Rook a6. Rook b3. Rook g6 check. King f3. Rook h6. White might go for Rook h3 check. King f4. Rook takes b3 and establish a winning position. Rook b8 played by black. King e5. On f4. King d4. Rook d8 check. King c3. King f2. Rook e6. On f3. Black is preparing to play. Rook g8. King d4. King g2. Rook f6. On f2. King d5. Rook g4. Rook f7. King f1 and secure a stronghold in the game. King c4 played by white. Rook g8. Rook f6. King e2. Rook e6 check. King f1. Black wants to play. On f2. Rook f6. Rook g3. King d4. King g2. King e4. On promotes to queen at f1 and take decisive advantage. King d5 was chosen by white. Rook f8. Rook a6. King g2. Rook a2 check. King g3. Black is looking to play. On f2. Rook a3 check. King g4 and take decisive advantage. Rook a3 move preferred by white. King g4. Black wants to play. On f2. Rook a1. King g3. Rook f1. Rook d8 check and take decisive advantage. Rook a1 move preferred by white. On f2. Black's idea is to play. Pawn promotes to queen at f1. Rook takes f1. Rook takes f1 and take decisive advantage. Rook f1 played by white. Rook d8 check. King c6. King f3. Rook takes f2 check. King takes f2. King b7. Black is in a commanding position. Let's go to the next game.